entire building named after them because of the amount of money they've donated. They pay for their employees to continue their schooling and education. Like I said, and they're amazing community supporters. And so I'm looking forward to them coming. And like I said, you're talking 250, jobs with that. And then if you happen to pass by downtown, you've seen maybe a little work going on across from City Hall. The old dental building there is being demoed because we have a Starbucks and a Chase Bank branch going there. Oh. And this Starbucks, and I know people are saying, but there's a Starbucks right by the movie theater. But the Starbucks at the movie theater, that's for people who walk. People who are walking go there. They walk from the courthouse. They walk from the police department.
We need a drive-through Starbucks.
So this one, well, even though I don't like people leaving their car idling, I can't stand that. But yes. I mean, it's one of the things that Starbucks does well is their drive-through, and the Chase Bank. So that's going to be bringing between the two businesses there just under 50 more jobs, because they're not going to close that other one down. So jobs are important, I think, when we look at our crime statistics, when we look at the health of our community. And with that, then we really need to start talking about housing as well, because now with some of these higher paying jobs, people are going to be able to afford homes. Well, our inventory, we don't have a lot here in Stockton. And so, but on the housing front, of course, a lot of people are thinking about, well, what about our homeless? Because, we really haven't been talking much about that, and there hasn't been much movement. But also in downtown Stockton, actually on the corner of Hunter and Oak, on the northwest corner, there is a Anchor Village project is being built, and that is for veterans, veterans at risk of homelessness, or who happen to have mental illness issues. And there's going to be 51 apartments. 51 apartments. So there can be more than one to the apartment, because you think about it, people who have really spent a lot of time in the military, I mean, you bunk up with people. I mean, you're part of a group.
That's right.
It's not you're not solitary in the armed forces.
Right.
And so there'll be on-site, with...
Hey, it's 7 p.m. You are web-tuned to thevoiceofstockton.org. I am Richard Slezak, and that old broadcast of our city, Fugazi, and Governor Don, that's going to be going off now, and in its place is going to come yours truly, Richard Slezak, and we have going to start out with we got weather, sponsors, and then the Islam show. We're going to be going over, continuing on salvation verses in the late Meccan surahs, and, well, there's quite a few of them, and so it's going to be 1 hour show coming up. And let's take a look at the weather. Got 7:02 p.m. coming to you from the John Moriarty studio, 231 West Bedford Road here in Stockton. Now we got a real nice blue over, looks to be Mendocino County, and that looks like it would be a winter weather advisory, or more like a frost advisory. And that's the only thing here in California, except beyond the Channel Islands we have looks to be a small craft advisory. going out from Point Arguello down to San Clemente Island. And let's continue with the weather. And other than that, California is clear. And let's get up Stockton. Alrighty, it's used to going to Stockton, so here we go. And bam. Alrighty, it's as of 6:20 p.m. It was the last update. It's currently 7:03, so we're looking at 43 minutes ago. At Stockton Metropolitan Airport, conditions are fair. 52 degrees Fahrenheit, humidity at 58%. Wind is at 9 miles per hour out of the northwest. Barometer as at 30.31 inches of mercury. Dew point 37 degrees Fahrenheit. Visibility of 10 miles. And let us scroll down the page. And tonight it's looking to be mostly clear, then patchy fog with a low of 35, so we will be below the dew point. Monday, we'll start out with patchy fog in the morning, then sunny in the afternoon with a high of 62. Monday night looks to be mostly clear with a low of 38. Tuesday, mostly sunny with a high of 68. Tuesday night, partly cloudy with a low of 43. Wednesday, partly sunny with a high of 70 degrees. And Wednesday night, mostly cloudy with a low of 47. Let's scroll across the page. Then Thursday, there's a chance of showers with a high of 66, and Thursday night, a further chance of showers with a low of 48. And, pardon me, let's bring up the audition, and hey, bam. And, it's clear, and we're good to go on that. Time for some sponsors here at the Voice of Stockton. And I'm going to swing that camera around so you can have a look at me. And we got another camera. Look what we got going there. All righty. Yes, Cerrone, Dr. Tony. And we got sponsors. And you can be one too. Give us a call at 467-4455. That's you can join KXVS, become a member, and let's make Stockton better together. Where community has a voice, and you can be a sponsor, and we'll talk you up here on our web radio waves and soon to be FM radio waves. Our sponsors, Hotel Furniture Liquidators at 1648 North Shaw Road, Nick Ilitch, Sales Manager, Furniture for Your Home. The Miracle Mile Bookstore at 2210 and Doors Book Recyclery at 2310 Pacific Avenue for doors for friends, relatives, kids, adults. Let's get some light on the subject in here, shall we? And maybe that way we're supposed to have I'm not seeing it for this apparatus. continuing, now we should have some better lit conditions for the Facebook and the YouTube. And with that, let's get back to our sponsors. Custom Plastics and Signs. They're at 326 East Dr. Martin Luther King Boulevard. They'll fabricate up for you displays and various plastic things. And they got material plastic, that is in sheets, tubes, and rods. They'll make signage for you and stencils, vehicle and boat graphics, and they'll print T-shirts and business cards. That's Custom Plastics and Signs, 326 East Dr. Martin Luther King Boulevard here in Stockton. Millennium Computer Repair, Sarfraz Khan on the road for you, 209-922-1879. They do computer repair. They got parts at moderate prices, password removal, and data backup, virus and spyware removal. The Restore, where you can get building materials. It's done by Habitat for Humanity, and where you can take gently used furniture and building materials, building accoutrements. They're at 4933 West Lane, that's 100 yards south of March Lane, and they're open 6 days a week, and so give them a look-see. If you need building materials, go in there and look. And occasionally they have tools as well. Lots of interesting stuff. Tender Donuts, we bake fresh daily. Chanrith Sam and Siv San at 1304 East Hammer Lane here in Stockton. And Leaders T-shirt printing and business cards, 500 East Lodi Avenue at Garfield in Lodi. All righty, let's get the Islam show rolling here. And that calls for the audition. Looks like we have 7:10 p.m. on a Sunday evening, and untitled, and let's go with 2018-03-04 colon Sunday Islam show on the go. Here we go. 7:11 p.m. and 321. Good evening, listeners, to the voiceofstockton.org. It is 7:11 p.m. Sunday, March 4th. It's time for the Islam Show with your host, Richard Slezak. We're coming to you over Facebook and YouTube, I hope, and got it up and running. We're going to go over to the big desk, our nice raised table with the bar stools, and where life is a bit more comfortable. And I got my Quran, my 1991 Turkish translation, and a nice long list of, let's get things swung around here. And there is that handsome puss of mine, and get a headset on here going, and that's it. Yeah, hey, we're rocking and rolling, boy. Woo! Don't have a computer in a way, just have the microphones like we're something very important here. Woo! Yeah, building a bridge to the Islamic world. And let's get a start time here, 7:11 p.m. Show start. And the last time, I've been bad. Whole month of February, I've been gone. Not here for you, not here for you at all. That has not been good. But I'm back now. Yeah, and it was January 28th was the last show, and today is March 4th. And we were doing salvation verses in the late Meccan surahs. We've done them for the early and the middle Meccan, and just trying to get a clear handle on what constitutes it, what's the path to salvation in Islam as compared to what we're more familiar with in Judaism or Christianity. And then there's misconceptions as well. But be that as it may, we're just going straight out of the Quran as this Christian understands what verses specifically on salvation, what are they? Which are they? And so we're just going forth with that. Okay, so Surah 16 was the last we covered. Surah 14 is the next in order that came to Muhammad. And so we probe deeply into our Turkish Quran. Here it is. I got it back around 2007, and it was free to me because I called 1-877-WHY-ISLAM and got a free Quran. And so this is Abraham, revealed at Makkah, and derives its name from verses 35 through 41, referred to as Abraham's prayer. So, gonna go through the Surah 14, and again, this is looks to be 7:15 p.m. And this is Surah 14, and that's verse 1, then 5, then continuing. Alf Lam, a scripture which we have sent down to you so that you may lead men from darkness to the light by the leave of their Lord to the path of the mighty, the praiseworthy. And then on to 5. We assuredly sent Moses with one revelation. Bring your people forth from darkness into the light and remind them of the days of Allah. Surely in this there are signs for every steadfast, thankful man. Now on to verse 11. Their messengers said unto them, We are indeed only mortals like yourselves, but Allah gives grace unto whom he will of his servants. It is not for us to bring you a proof unless it be by the permission of Allah. In Allah let believers put their trust. Continuing. Verse 12, why should we not put our trust in Allah when He has guided us to our paths? We shall certainly endure all the hurt that you may cause us. In Allah let all the trusters put their trust. On to verse 23. But those who have faith and do good works shall be admitted to gardens where running streams flow. They shall abide there forever by their Lord's permission. Their greeting shall be peace. And 27. Allah confirms those who believe with the word of steadfastness in the present life and in the hereafter. Allah leads the wrongdoers astray. Allah does what He will. Then verse 31. Tell my servants who have believed that they shall establish the prayer and spend in charity of that which we have given them, secretly and openly, before the coming of a day when there shall be neither bargaining nor friendship. And then 39 through 41. Praise be to Allah, who has given me in my old age Ishmael and Isaac. My Lord is indeed the hearer of prayer. My Lord, make me and my descendants steadfast in prayer, our Lord, and accepts this supplication. O our Lord, forgive me and my parents and the believers on the day when the reckoning will be established. And yes, okay. Now, going back, and the 35, and when Abraham said, My Lord, make this land secure and turn me and my sons away from serving idols. My Lord, they have misguided many of the people, but whosoever follows me belongs to me, while whosoever rebels against me, surely you are forgiving, merciful. Our Lord, I have settled some of my offspring in a barren valley near your sacred house, in order, our Lord, that they may establish the prayer, so put in the hearts of some men kindness towards them, and provide them with fruit, so that they may give thanks. And that is Abraham's prayer, 46 and 47. Assuredly they plotted their plot, and their plot is with Allah, though their plot was such as to shake the mountains. Never think that Allah will fail in his promise to his messengers. Surely Allah is mighty, able to requite. Then 52, this is a message for mankind. Let them take warning from it, and let them know that he is only one God, and let men of understanding take heed. Okay, that was 14. We got 7:30 p.m. Going on to 13. Yes, and the chronological order of their revealing unto Muhammad ibn Abdullah, we're going through the Quran. We're going through salvation verses. And Surah 13, 10, 11. It is the same to him whether any of you conceal his speech or declare it openly, whether he hides himself in the night or walks forth freely in the daytime. For every such person there are guardian angels before him and behind him. They guard him by the command of Allah. Allah never changes the condition of a people unless they themselves change what is in their souls. If Allah wills a misfortune, there can be no turning it back, nor will they find besides him anyone to protect them. Okay, 15, 16. And unto Allah prostrate all who are in the heavens and the earth, willingly or unwillingly, and their shadows too in the mornings and in the evenings. Say, who is the Lord of the heavens and the earth? Say, oh, it is Allah. Say, have you then taken unto you others beside him to be your protectors, who can do neither good nor harm even to themselves? Say, are the blind and the seeing equal, or the shadows and the light? or have the partners they have set up with Allah created anything like His creation, so that the creation seems similar to them, say, Allah is the creator of all things, and He is the One, the Almighty. Okay, 1920. How can one believes that which is sent down to you from your Lord is the truth, be like one who is blind? It is only men of inner wisdom who can take advice. And in parentheses from this. I'm leaving out a lot in parentheses. The meaning does come across. Those who fulfill their covenant with Allah and do not break their pledge, or those who attain salvation, 22. And those who, well, I'll connect it with 21. And those who join together what Allah has commanded you to be joined, and fear their Lord, and dread an evil reckoning. And those who patiently persevere, seeking the countenance of their Lord, and establish the prayer, and spend openly and secretly out of what they have bestowed upon them, and overcome evil with good, theirs shall be the final abode, gardens of paradise, which they shall enter together with the righteous from among their fathers, their wives, and descendants, and the angels shall enter unto them from every gate. And we're in 13, yeah. Okay, on to 28. Those who believe and whose hearts find tranquility in the remembrance of Allah, assuredly in the remembrance of Allah do hearts find tranquility. On to 29. Those who believe and work righteous deeds, let every blessedness be for them and a beautiful place of return. Then on to 36. Those to whom we have given the book rejoice in what has been sent down to you, while some factions deny a part of it, say, I have only been commanded to worship Allah and not to associate anyone with Him. To Him I call, and unto Him is my return. Then on to 39. Allah blots out or confirms whatever He will, and with Him is the mother of the book. And that is was for 13. What time are we getting to get? Gonna have to do a little time check here, which means moving around some. Checking the computer over here and over here. Oh, looks to be well, wait a minute. 7:26. So, and let's get the video one up going here. Okay. That was not. That was probably 7:20. And we'll call this 7:26, and this is going to be Surah 12 coming up. Salvation verses in Surah 12. Okay. And for that, we're going to be continuing with the Turkish 1991 translation. And okay, 38 through 41. And I follow the religion of my fathers, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, and it is not for us to associate anyone with Allah as a partner. This is the grace of Allah upon us and upon mankind, yet most people are not grateful. O my two fellow prisoners, are many diverse lords better, or Allah the One, the Almighty? Those whom you worship other than Him are nothing but names which you and your fathers have named. Allah has revealed no authority for them. Let's see if I can get this kind of this way. The judgment is for none but Allah. He has commanded that you worship none but Him. That is the right religion, but most men do not understand. O my two fellow prisoners, as for one of you, he will pour out wine for his Lord to drink, and as for the other, he will be crucified, and birds will peck at his head. This is the case judged concerning which you did inquire. Okay, we're in, okay, next is 53. Here in Surah 12. I do not ever free my own self of blame. The human soul is certainly prone to evil unless my Lord bestows His mercy. Indeed, my Lord is forgiving, merciful. And 57. And the reward of the hereafter is the best for those who believe and are constant in righteousness. Then a big jump to 101. And, O my Lord, you have indeed bestowed on me some power and taught me something of the interpretation of the events within dreams. O Creator of the heavens and the earth, you are my protector in the world and in the hereafter. Make me to die in submission to you as a Muslim, which is in parentheses, and join me to the righteous. Then it closes up 106 to the end. And most of them believe in Allah only if they can affirm other gods beside Him. Do they feel secure that a pal of Allah's wrath, the pole or the pall, will not come upon them, or that the hour of doom will not come upon them suddenly when they are unaware? Say, this is my path. On clear evidence I call to Allah, I and all my followers. Glory be to Allah, and I am not among the idolaters. We do not send before you any messengers except men whom we inspired of the people of the townships. Have they not traveled through the earth and seen, or travailed through the earth and have seen what was that end of those before them? But the home of the hereafter is best for those who keep from evil. Will you not then use your intelligence? And when at length the messengers despaired and thought that they were treated as liars, there reaches them our help, and those whom we will are delivered to safety, and never will our punishment be averted from a people who are in sin. In their stories there is a lesson for men of understanding. This Quran is no invented tale, but a confirmation of the previous scriptures and a detailed explanation of all things and a mercy to people who believe. And it looks like we have 7:33 p.m. here at the voiceofstockton.org. This is the Sunday Islam Show, and we're going through salvation verses, that is, verses that pertain to salvation in Islam in the late Meccan surahs. Next, we're going on to Surah 11. Now, this certainly has quite a few verses in it that have that pertain to salvation. And again, this is Surah 11. Good to be with you this Sunday evening. University of the Air style of radio. Just taking it straight out of the Quran. No copyright on this. Believers are happy to hear it, and non-believers might get a bit agitated. Uh-oh. Alrighty, verses pertaining to salvation in Hud, H-U-D, revealed at Makkah, and it has, the surah also contains the stories of two other Arab prophets, Salih of the tribe of Thamud and Shuyab of the Midianites, which, with those of Noah and Moses, are quoted as part of the history of divine revelation, the truth of which is here vindicated in a manner supplementary to the preceding surah. Surah Hud was revealed during the late period of Makkah, with the exception of verse 114, which was revealed at Medina, the Radiant. Interesting. Now, do I have in here 11? Ooh, yeah, that's part of, well, no, not on salvation by my reckoning. Okay, first one is 23 to 26, and here we go. But those who believe and do righteous deeds and have humbled themselves before their Lord, they are the owners of the garden where they shall abide forever. These are two kinds of men, may be compared to the blind and the deaf and those who can see and hear well. Are they equal in likeness? Will you not then take heed? And we sent Noah to his people, and he said, I am a plain warner to you, that you serve none but Allah. Assuredly, I do fear for you the penalty of a painful day. And now on to 38. And he was building the ark, and whenever the chiefs of his people passed by him, they jeered at him. He said, if you mock us, we shall mock you even as you mock. And we're going through 42:39. And you shall know to whom will come a punishment that will disgrace him, and upon whom a lasting punishment will fall, until when our will was done and water welled out from the oven, we said to Noah, take into the ark a pair of every kind, and your family, except those against whom the word has already gone forth, and those who believe, but only a few believed with him. And he said, embark in it. In the name of Allah is its course and its mooring. My Lord is forgiving and merciful. So the ark floated with them on waves like mountains, and Noah cried out to his sons who stood apart, O my son, ride with us, and do not be with the disbelievers. Okay, now we're going to take a big chunk in 50 to 60. In the tribe of Ad, we sent their brother Hud. He said, O my people, serve Allah. You have no God other than him. You do nothing but invent your other gods. O my people, I ask of you no reward for the message. My reward is due from none but him who created me. Will you not then understand? And, O my people, ask forgiveness of your Lord and turn to him in repentance. He will send you the skies pouring abundant rain and add strength to your strength, so do not turn away guilty. They said, O Hud, you have brought no clear proof, and we are not going to forsake our gods on your mere say-so, and we are not believers in you. We say nothing but that perhaps one of our gods has possessed you with some evil. He said, I call Allah to witness, and you too bear witness that I have nothing to do with what you ascribe as supposed partners to him. Verse 55, beside him, so try to circumvent me, all of you, give me no respite. I have put my trust in Allah, my Lord and your Lord. There is no beast, but that he is grasping its forelock. My Lord is upon a straight path. And if you turn away, I at least have conveyed to you the message with which I was sent. The Lord will make another people to succeed you, and you cannot harm him in the least, for my Lord is guardian over all things. And when our commandment came, we saved Hud and those who believed with him through a mercy from us. We saved them from a severe penalty. Such were the Ad. They denied the revelations of their Lord and flouted his messengers and followed the command of stubborn tyrant. And a curse was made to pursue them in this life and on the day of judgment. Surely, and denied their Lord a fair removal, for that the people of Hud. And continuing, and unto the tribe of Thamud we sent their brother Salih. He said, serve Allah, my people. You have no God other than him. It is he who produced you from the earth and gave you dwellings upon it. Seek forgiveness of him and turn to him in repentance. Surely my Lord is always nigh. Okay, continuing. They said, O Salih, until now you were one in whom we placed our hopes. Do you forbid us to worship gods which our fathers worshipped? Indeed, we are in grave doubts about that to which you are calling us. And here is 63. He said, O my people, do you not see if I have a clear sign from my Lord, and he has sent mercy upon me from himself? Who then can help me against Allah? If I were to disobey him, you would do nothing for me except increase my loss. Okay, now we're taking a big jump up to 91. They said, O Shuyab, we do not understand much of what you say. In fact, we see that you are powerless among us. Were it not for your family, we would have stoned you, for you are not strong against us. He said, O my people, is there in my family of more consideration with you than Allah? And you put him behind you, neglected. My Lord compasses the things you do. And, O my people, do whatever you will, or so shall I. You will soon know on whom will descend a penalty of ignominy, and who is a liar, and watch, for I too am watching with you. 11 more verses. And when our commandment came to pass, we delivered Shuyab and those who believed with him by mercy from us. And the awful cry seized those who worked injustice, and the mourning found them prostrate in their dwellings, as if they had never dwelt there, a far removal from Midian, even as Thamud was far removed. And here's 96. And we sent Moses and our revelations and a clear authority unto Pharaoh and his nobles, but they followed the command of Pharaoh, and the command of Pharaoh was no right guide. And we're continuing to march here, going on to 98. Wow. For he shall go before his people on the day of resurrection, and will lead them to the fire. Evil is the place to which they are led. And a curse is made to follow them in the world, and on the day of resurrection. Evil is the gift which shall be offered to them. These are some of the stories of nations which we relate to you, O Muhammad. Some are standing, and others have been mown down. We wrong them not, but they wrong themselves. The gods whom they plead beside Allah profited them nothing when the command of your Lord came. They added to them nothing but ruin. Okay, that was, okay. Continuing, such is the seizing of the Lord when he seizes the communities while they are working. Iniquity, assuredly his seizing is painful, severe, surely is, and this is a sign for those who fear the penalty of the hereafter. That is a day to which mankind shall be gathered together. That is the day to be witnessed. We shall not delay it, but for a term appointed. When the day comes, no soul will speak except by his leave. Among those gathered will be some wretched, some blessed. Okay. Now 110. We certainly gave the scriptures to Moses, but differences arose about it. Had a decree not already gone forth from your Lord, the case would have been judged between them. They are in grave doubt concerning it. And on to 111. And surely to all men your Lord will pay back in full the recompense of their deeds, for he is the knower of all that they do. Therefore stand firm in the straight path as you are commanded together with those who turn unto Allah, and do not transgress, for he is seer of all that they do. And do not incline towards those whom you work iniquity in the fire, or the fire will touch you, and you will have no protecting friends other than Allah, and that's about it. Okay, now on to 121 to 123. Say to those who do not believe, do whatever you can, we shall do our part. And if you will, we too are waiting. And the last verse, to Allah belongs the unseen of the heavens and the earth. To him the whole affair shall be returned. So worship him and put your trust in him. Your Lord is not heedless of what you do. Okay. Get a little kind of bright eyes here. Wang! Sometimes it gets to be like that tax stuff I read on Saturdays. Got to do a little time check here, people. See how the computers are doing. See how the audition is doing. Come on, come up. Yeah, that's looking good. 40 minutes into the show. And Slezak Radio on the XSplit. And alrighty, got 7:51. Yeah, 20 minutes left in the show. Rolling along. Mark that time. Let's see, did I do 122, 123? Alrighty, he sure did. And that is, now we have 7:51 p.m. and completed Surah. Now will be time to start Surah 10. Let me get a little refreshment here. I'm with you, people. Don't fret none. Don't you fret a bit. I'll be right back. I'm a-coming. I'm a-coming. Got 20 minutes left in the show, and it seems we're coming along at a good rate. Coming along at a real good rate. And don't want to mess that rate up. 11, 10, 7, and 6. The trouble is there's as many as 100 some verses there, and we only got about 20 minutes left in the show, so we're not going to try to magically slip them in. They don't magically slip in. Alrighty. Continuing to march. Let's go to Surah 10. That's 109 verses long. It's on Jonah. And quite a few verses pertaining to salvation in this. So let me get that full list in front of my face here. And starting with 1 through 4. And Alif Lam Ra, these are the signs of the wise book. Does it seem strange to mankind that we should have revealed to a man from among them, saying, warn the people of their danger and give to those who believe good tidings that they have a sure footing in the sight of their Lord, and disbelievers say, this man is clearly a magician. Surely your Lord is Allah, who created the heavens and the earth in 6 days, then established himself upon the throne of authority, directing all things. There is no intercessor with him except after his permission. That is Allah, your Lord, so worship him. Will you not take heed? That's an important verse, so important as a matter of fact that here in Surah 10, verse 3, Allah is Muslim. How do we spell that? Intercessor. Alrighty, and we do have, looks to be 7:56 here at the Voice of Stockton. And verse 4, to him you shall return. Allah's promise is true and sure. It is he who begins the present of creation, then brings it back to life again, so that he may justly reward those who have believed in him and done good works. As for those who disbelieve, theirs will be a seething drink and a painful doom for their disbelieving. Okay, now on to 9 through 11. Muhammad really has developed his theologic thinking to a fairly high degree by this time. It's becoming evident here in the late Meccan. This is 621, 622. His ministry was already 12 years going by this time. Okay, 9. Surely Those who believe, let me be a bit professional about things here and get the microphones on. Uh-oh. Let me toss a pen in there. And yes, surely those who believe and do good deeds of righteousness, their Lord will guide them for their belief. Rivers will flow beneath them in the gardens of delight. Their call therein will be, Glory be to you, O Allah. Their greeting therein will be peace, and the close of their call will be, Praise be to Allah, the Lord of the worlds. If Allah were to hasten for men the ill they have earned, as they would hasten on the good, their term allowed to them would already have expired, but we leave those who do not look to the meeting with us, too, in their trespasses, wandering blindly. Okay, continuing, 14 and 15. Get up here on it. Okay. Then we appointed you viceroys in the earth after them, that we might see how you behave. When our clear revelations are recited unto them, those who do not look to the meeting with us say, Bring a Quran other than this, or change it. Say, It is not for me to change it of my own accord. I follow nothing except what is revealed to me. Truly I should myself fear, if I were to disobey my Lord, the penalty of a tremendous day. It is 8 p.m. You are webtuned to the voice of Stockton.org. I am Richard Slezak, your host on the Sunday Islam show. We're in Surah 10, and we are going through salvation verses in the late Meccan surahs, and on to verse 18. They worship beside Allah that which is neither harms nor profits them, and they say, These are our intercessors with Allah. Say, Do you indeed inform Allah of something He does not know is in the heavens or on earth? Glory be to Him, and for is He above all that they associate with Him. Okay, that was 18. Now 25, 26. And Allah invites to the abode of peace and guides whom He will to a straight path. For those who do good is the greatest good, and even more. Neither darkness nor shame shall cover their faces. They are the doers, the owners of the garden, dwelling there forever. That was 25 and 26. 29 through 33. Allah is sufficient witness between us and you. Assuredly, we were unaware of your worship of us. Thereupon each soul will experience what it had done, and they are returned to Allah, their rightful Lord, and that which they invented will forsake them. Again, this is 31. Say to them, O prophet, who is it that provides for you from the sky and the earth, or who possesses hearing and sight, and who brings both the living from the dead, and the dead from the living, and who directs all affairs? They will surely say, Allah. Then say, will you not then fear him? Okay, 32. Such then is Allah, your rightful Lord. What is there after the truth but error? How then do you turn away? Thus has the word of your Lord, O prophet, proved true in regard to the corrupt, that they do not believe. Okay, that was 33. 37. This Quran could not have been invented by one apart from Allah, but it is a confirmation of that series of revelations that was before it, and a fuller explanation of the book, wherein there is no doubt from the Lord of the worlds. And now on to 44. Indeed, Allah does not wrong mankind in any way, but mankind wrong themselves. Now 57 through 59, here in Surah 10. 57. O mankind, there has come to you an advice from your Lord, and a healing for what is in the hearts, and a guidance and a mercy to the believers. Say, let them rejoice in Allah's grace and mercy. That is better than the worldly riches which they collect. Say, have you considered the provisions Allah has sent down for you, and you have made some of it unlawful and some lawful? Say, how Allah permitted you, or do you invent a lie about him? And 61. In whatever activity you may be, and whichever part of Quran you recite, and whatever deed you do, we are witness over you when you are deeply engrossed therein. Not an atom's weight in the earth and in the heavens escapes your Lord, nor is there anything smaller or greater, but that it is written in a clear book. And, oh my, go anointed to, oh, not there. Surah 10, okay. Now on to 64. There is the good news in this world, and in the hereafter no change can there be in the words of Allah. This is the supreme triumph. And then 100. See, a lot of that is historic figures, and it's kind of tied to those historic figures' activities. So, clear salvation verses. No soul can have faith except by the will of Allah. He will place the filth of doubt upon those who do not use their intelligence. And now from 104 on, say, O Muhammad, O mankind, if you are in doubt concerning my religion, then know that I do not worship those whom you worship instead of Allah, but I worship Allah, who will cause you to die, and I have been commanded to be one of the believers. And set your face toward religion as a man of pure faith, and never in any case be of the disbelievers. And do not call other than Allah on that which can neither help nor harm you, but if you do, then you will surely be of the evildoers. If Allah afflicts you with a misfortune, none can remove it but He, and if He desires any good for you, none can keep it back. He will keep back His favor. He favors whom He will. He is the forgiving, the merciful. Okay, that pretty much cover. Okay, 108 I'll do say, O mankind, the truth has come to you from your Lord. He that follows the right path follows it to the advantage of his soul, and he that goes astray does so against the interest of his soul, and I'm not a guardian over you. And, O Muhammad, follow that which is inspired in you, and be patient and steadfast until Allah gives judgment, and He is the best of judges. All righty. And that ends Surah 10. Oh my, looks to be the magic time of the Islam show. How we doing over here? Oh, computers. Oh yeah, that looks like it's closing in on the end times there for the for our show. Yeah, 8:10 p.m. It's sure been a pleasure being with you this Sunday evening, bringing you the salvation verses, trying to make clear what Islam is. And we have 7 and 6 to finish up next week. And I'll be with you. Those have already been found. Had some time available this afternoon, and I found them. And we'll go over those, and or if I can during the week, come in and slip those in. Because we're at a real big point now. We've finished up the Meccan surahs. We're going forward into the Medinan surahs. So it's big change time, and that kind of means the end of strictly Meccan Islam and the introduction of Medinan Islam, and it's additional. We'll put it that way. It's additional. With that, that'll be coming up over the coming months. In the meantime, we got one big show to do, closing up the Meccan surahs and all the meanings of what constitutes Meccan Islam alone. And we touched upon that this evening. God is the intercessor for Muslims, at least in the Meccan Islam. Alrighty, folks, that share, visit our sponsors as a customer, and Keep listening to the voiceofstockton.org here at the voiceofstockton.org. KXVS to be. Alrighty. That's the end of the show for there. 8:13 p.m. And let me discontinue things on the X split. That is, howdy, folks. Hope something got out there of the video kind of portion to the YouTube and Facebook. Okay, with that, I'm just going to call it an ND and exit out of there.